first, but you
That's
know,
okay.
that's the way it is right now.
All right, here we go.
Okay. There we go. Now we're really live
Yes.
on
Okay, fabulous.
everything.
Awesome.
Would you guys be open to my calling in some energetic support at
Yes.
336, the
Yeah,
angels? Okay.
definitely.
We're also all wearing black.
And we're all having coffee.
We are. Okay. Wait, let's do 3 big breaths. You ready? More like that. It's gonna make me burp. Okay, I call in all of the highest, purest iterations of our most well-healed ancestors, our archangels, our ascended masters, and the highest, purest iterations of our spirit teams into this space right now. And here they are. Front back.
Sophia showed up.
As we called in our ancestors, Sophia showed up.
Here comes Sophia. So here they are. They're all here with us. And I give thanks to them all that every single being witnessing us, hearing us, in communication with us right now, and also in the future when they listen to this, and Courtney, Katie, and I all are experiencing right now the highest, purest iterations of our most abundant, and that includes financially, most divine, and most benevolent timelines. I give thanks that all of us are divinely led and divinely protected. And so it is. Aho, amen, asi. Okay. Oh, they made me drool. They made me drool a little. Is this okay? I love this angle.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's a good angle.
It's a nice angle.
What, are we like whited out?
I don't know why. We just all look very fair.
Yeah.
We all look very Irish.
But here on your Zoom, we look very
Italian.
Yeah.
Yes.
And up there, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
I feel like that's more
I
like
TikTok.
a little bit like normalish.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we were wondering what we wanted to talk about today.
yeah.
I mean, can we simply dive right into
Oh
what
my God.
Yeah. Can I like preface this a little?
Please.
So we've been noticing, and I mean, it really does seem to be like a collective thing too, like around the holidays, everything that is unhealed in people tends to kind of rise to the surface.
That's a good way to talk about
You
it.
know, and
Yes.
when that happens, it can be really difficult to set a boundary and to hold true to that boundary, because there is this, you know, it's this imprint, this collective imprint that, oh, it's family. Oh, it's family. Oh, it's family. And that gives people a free pass to treat you like shit. That is not the case. So what I know I've been seeing is just people really kind of moving through that difficult channel right now of like, wait a minute, this is really hard. And it also is what I need to do. And it's like almost this internal fight that's happening.
Well, stuff around expectations,
Yeah,
too.
and
like
obligations,
expectations. And because we're like at the end of like all these old paradigms where we're doing this switch up, or there's introduction of like maybe like what you talked about last week, like suddenly a lot of people like just got into a new religion or so then like what does the holidays mean for them?
Yes.
What should they be doing differently if there's this identity now?
Yes.
Or like if you released any identity, or if you're just stuck in the like old and you're trying to get through
of
them,
like guilt.
What?
Guilt is a big one. Guilt is, again, even if it's not like family connected, I feel like guilt is something that comes up a lot around this time of year, you know. And for us,
Loss,
we're in like winter here, you know, and so we don't have as much sunlight.
Oh, it's so dark. Yes.
It really does start to affect your ability to have clarity in things. So, you know, I Natalie does like a permission granted.
Yeah.
So what I would say is permission granted to feel how you want to feel, and to be angry if you're angry, and to be sad if you're sad,
or to be happy.
Be happy
when a lot of people are miserable right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, like if like a bunch of people are super like miserable or just upset in general because the holidays are bring up all this crap.
Yeah.
Some of us might be feeling like my life is great and like things are going really well, and then you can feel bad that your life is going well.
Yes.
And like, how does it feel for people to be able to like hold the space for people having a hard time, and that you might not be having a hard time. You might be on your best timeline ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
wow.
Yeah.
like, I mean, and that like, what happens when that, because I feel like that's a lot of times like, either we don't want to say something about being too much because if it's too negative, I'm holding too much. So I'm holding that in. Or I'm holding in that I'm so joyous of everybody around me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make somebody feel bad that my life's going good.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's something that I'm with one of the people, Melanie Ann Layer, that one of the mentors I'm studying with. She really talked you posting. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to have a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
Like, and having the courage to do that can be like regulating for the person who's not able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, allowing that into my field. Like
the possibility of it.
Yes. And instead of my feeling guilty, which is my default of like, oh, I don't want to tell people that I actually can feel my stomach. Right?
That's because
Natalie's having a conversation with Courtney's stomach for a second.
Because I drank coffee and it went like like that.
Oh my God.
You can feel my stomach, your stomach. Whose stomach are we filling? Or just our tank? This is my gas tank. I mean,
It's a gas tank. My gas tank is currently filled with caffeine.
That did not even make any sense with my sentence. I was talking to your stomach. Her stomach went. And so, I mean, also fill my stomach. Like, not feeling guilty that I can fill my. I actually took a picture of my groceries today and said I feel so grateful that I can buy groceries. Like, that's amazing. Like, to lean into the satisfaction of that and actually share it with the world. And it may piss. There are times in my life when that would have made me mad.
You know what? I like the idea of that, because when we think about things like the time-space continuum of our own selves, like I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm thinking about in 2017 and 18 when I'm completely homeless. And she would have liked to really known that, because she wouldn't have probably believed someone if they told her that, like, hey, this isn't going to last that long, and not only you're going to come back out of all of this and survive, but you are going to be so abundant with friendship and health and finances and career and spirit, like and so what if like me saying out loud is not me showing off, but me shouting out through the ethers to her and to anybody else that needs to hear it, we make it. Like, it's possible. Like, what if that was the message? Because like I send Reiki out through my timelines before I do these shows, and through ours and through yours, who's ever watching. And I know Natalie sends prayers, and Katie sends the Reiki too. And like, what if we change the story, the narrative about like that? It's not me showing off, but me being in such deep gratitude and also sending the message of like, hey, because it could be look like as she's showing off, right? I mean,
it depends on the perspective of the person.
If they're having a scarcity mindset.
Yes.
If they're having I had to enter the abundant mindset before I became it.
Yes.
Right? Like,
that's right. Like,
and so this could like be, if you are a viewer and you're struggling with the scarcity mindset, and this season is bringing up everything you don't have or can't do, you might be invited to say, this would be an amazing time to release this. What am I rich in right now? Because like, I remember the first year that I got back off of the streets, and I wasn't there my whole life, just a few years. But when I got off of it, I remember like, I was like, oh, I have a roof over my head.
Yes.
And do you know I still look up at the roof over my head and I feel it in my heart, or like where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have these clothes on and I can shower today.
Yeah.
Or like, oh my God, like there's food I could cook.
Yeah.
Like even if it was something little, as opposed to like I don't have to go hungry today. And it's, I think like when we're comparing ourselves to like the highest of the high and what you think you don't have, rather than like I have this breath I'm breathing.
Yes.
You know, and this is so amazing. Like I can breathe today. I have these like friends here who love me. Like this is amazing. Like I have like some heat on in my house.
Yeah.
Or like if you don't have heat on in your house, because I've been there.
Yeah.
Do you have a blanket
Yes.
today? Right?
Yes.
Can you move so you have the ability to rub your hands together?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's the shit that people miss.
Right.
That is like, where are you rich? Because you're
Yes.
rich somewhere.
Yes.
You're rich in how many cells that you have. Like you're already a billionaire. You have 330 billion cells. How do you want them to vibrate today?
Wow. 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 Wow.
How do you want them to vibrate today?
That is, I love that. How do you, that, the what you're talking about, what, I don't know if you've heard this expression. This is what Melanie Ann Layer calls it. She calls it atemporal coherence. So you're like posting that now of look at the, like, whatever it is, I have this roof. Look at, I'm so grateful for this roof. And there's no, when our spirits aren't in our body, there's no time. So your person 7 years ago now is absolutely receiving that message as well. Like so it is a nonstop, non-linear process. This is for social media. If I use my social media as a diary, so that when I look back a year from now, I'm going to be like, because of that, this is where I am now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm notating it. It's not like, and it can be, oh my gosh, I'm really like, sometimes this past 2 weeks, I have felt so knocked out.
Terrible.
Oh,
really knocked out.
And like, what is it?
I tried to talk about it in social media in a way that also is empowering to me. Like, today I had a headache, I had a migraine, and I invited myself to get up and do a yoga class in any case, and I feel better and I'm proud of myself. So that, and then a year later, because of that, I feel so good physically. Like I actually feel so good physically, even though I did throw up yesterday. But that's because my biome is not good, because I'm eating, my biome isn't up to snuff. So
Ben and Jerry's would like to break in right now.
Well,
Hello, Ben and Jerry.
I just bought a tub of Nestle Toll House.
I'm trying to get my friend over here.
I'm not quite on Courtney's. My microbiome is still like, bleh, and then I'm like, oh, I'm all better.
And I'm like, no, you're not yet.
I'm like, I'm purging for the collective, but it actually might be my microbiome.
Right. It might be Taco Bell.
I haven't had Taco Bell. I do love. Don't you all love? Who else loves Taco Bell?
No.
I'd love to hear you chime in. Though I've heard it's made with sand. Like the meat is actually made with sand. No, it is. Maria told me.
I don't know if that is true or not, but I can tell you that it definitely explodes your body.
I mean, yeah. So wait. So the power. I love Taco Bell. So the power right now also, so in terms of being knocked out, today is December 22nd. That's when we're recording this. Yes. So we just had the solstice.
December 22nd,
2025.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
That's important.
Yeah, because we're all over the place timeline wise right now. So
well, also
right in this minute, this is the day in time that it is.
The astrology that is happening on February 20th of Neptune and Saturn coming together has not happened since like 4,356 BC.
What?
Wow. Yes.
What?
So we are really entering, and actually, and this is not an exaggeration, the decisions that we're making right now, the invitations, the thoughts that we're making right now are setting us up for like the next 7,000 years, because it's been about 7,000 years. The next 7,000 years of the way we do our, like, what do we want the next karmic cycles to look like for ourselves? And for me,
Like for humanity
it can
and
be
ourselves.
yeah, both
Yeah.
and. I don't know. This is also up for me. I'm talking a lot, but I don't know what the moon's in Capricorn and I don't have any planets there, but so I'm also really struck by, I wonder if we could talk about someone said these people who like are in connection with extraterrestrial beings and channeling them were like, it ultimately for humanity it would be best if we were to not hurt anything that has consciousness, including meat, like including animals. And I love meat, so I wonder, like, do you guys
Well, plants have consciousness, not to eat.
I know
All the vegetarians and vegans felt about that when
Veda
when
and water too.
well, and water has consciousness.
Yeah.
So like this whole that like I get why, like I do think that we need to come to a space where we're treating all beings with more respect than we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I feel like planet Earth forgot how to value life in
Yeah.
a way that's like respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like part of that honoring is like, oh my gosh, I get to join. That's why I say that when I teach for my integrative nutrition
Mhm.
clients, that like food is actually correlate in the subconscious with love. And it really is, because it's nurture from the earth. So if you're eating your whole single plate is your opportunity for plant and animal medicine. So like, how am I joining? How do I get to join consciously with the consciousness of this plant or animal in such deep gratitude that it would join my body with love, and I would allow this nurture into me. And this is why like we do better with not Taco Bell, with foods that are whole foods, because the earth is like, I'm the great nurturer. Don't use anything that mimics me. I want to feed your belly as humans so that you can continue to take care of me and I'll take care of you. So we're in this like ebb and flow with our food sources in union and love.
I love that. I love the way you're.
And it's cycles and patterns.
And cycles and patterns, right?
And I often say and just have this knowingness about, every being that's here on this planet has a soul contract. So what if the animals that are here came here specifically in order to join with us so that we can know what that feels like?
Like join with us in terms of eating them?
In terms of eating them.
So that we could know, or they know? They could
both.
Know both. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like what love that they give us to like let us stay warm, because human bodies don't regulate well outside without fur the way that they do. And they're like, hey, we're sharing with you. So like, I don't appreciate the way that we do the slaughters, but I feel like there are groups of people that are starting to do it differently in a way that's more humane. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Humane's
She's so
right.
No.
For the cows.
And knew what it was like, and then developed it from her. They started to develop machines for the cows to be calmer, because she was a farmer too.
Yes.
To be calmer and hold them when they were going in, so it was a much more humane way to slaughter the cows. And like, how pleasant. Like, I know when I die, like having been past a one of my fellowships was done in palliative care, and so part of that study you're doing a lot of like hospice and palliative work, and like,
Plus you died 3 times.
Plus I died 3 times, and that was that. But like,
if you didn't know that, Courtney died 3 times and has come back.
Humans do better when we have comfort. Transition. And what about like what's okay, I know it might sound a little strange to people, but Katie and I, and even Natalie, like, so we're mediums as well, and we channel. And one thing I noticed recently, especially with the nutrition portion, I didn't expect this to happen because I'm also a clinical expert in integrative medicine, was suddenly it was these herbs
Yeah.
coming, like actually rosemary.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, and rhodiola, and I was like, okay, I did
Whoa.
not expect this. And
Yeah.
holy basil, and they started having a conversation with me for this particular client. Well, here's the crazy thing.
That is so beautiful.
So they started saying how they wanted to participate, and if she could please get live herbs that are actually in the plants, so that they could connect exactly with her energy the way she would need it, and talk to them each day. They could join with her better,
Oh
and then they were explaining what they needed and wanted to do with her around her HPA access restore, right? Which, for anybody who doesn't know, that's your stress response system, and she was having trouble with it. Well, wouldn't you know? She says to me 2 weeks later, she brings these lab results and like these big, huge,
like stacks,
stacks of these labs and the suggestions from her microbiome that she had. And there it was. And what was it, like 7 years before, something like that? Crazy.
Like 5 years, I think.
It was, suggestion was right there for her with her lab thing, rhodiola. And it was saying, and I said, rhodiola's been trying to get in contact with you for quite some time.
Yeah.
And it
Oh my
and it was in
gosh.
bold, and then she had it outlined, and she goes, "What? Oh my God!" She's like, "I don't even know if I remember that, but I clearly it must have been important because it was bolded, and then I put my highlight on it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Now I didn't know this yet because I didn't have those results. It was like we were just meeting for her like initial consult."
Wow.
And this is why also I don't care how strange it sounds, like the amount of accuracy I get when I put both my clinical practice with my expertise as a medium together and just get out of my own way, has allowed my patients and my clients to have such market success in how they move forward and what's going on and what subconscious blocks are there and what are the really roots and who can participate in that healing process. And it's not like you can't ground it down. Like I can draw labs tomorrow.
That's
or
making
I can
me think of Courtney's astrology chart. She's an Aquarian, and Aquarius is from the future. And this something that I recently heard with someone who actually worked for the government and like was absolutely interviewing beings that are not from off planet. He said that one of the things that they really are inviting us to do is to bring consciousness and love back into science, which is exactly what you're doing. Like that is, and so you're like from the future as an Aquarian coming back to help us step into this. And it does sound weird to the average person on the street. To me, I'm like, it feels so comforting. Like I'm like, I would not go to anyone. I'm like, if I needed a heart operation, I'd be like, Courtney, could you operate? Like I know. I probably wouldn't, but I would.
That would be way outside my scope of practice.
I feel like I would trust her
It's beyond
anyone. Like
that's beyond my scope of practice.
Like,
however,
Katie could assist. Like Katie could assist.
Actually, we could rematrix her.
I feel like you guys.
We actually
like
we actually can rematrix.
Like this is real, you guys.
Like
if you guys
surgery.
need medical care, and you don't know what to do, I would definitely invite in having a consult with Katie or Courtney before you actually go in for a big procedure.
Well, can I also say that we both lived it? So Katie, most people don't. Can I say yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most people don't know that, like, even like, are we up to 2 years or is it 1 year?
A year and a half.
A year and a half ago, Katie couldn't even literally walk.
Oh, it was. So
she had to
bad.
have a cane.
Oh
she
my
was
God,
like
you were in
stiffed
so
over.
pain.
She'd be
So
like
much pain.
sweating.
Yeah.
She has a major spinal injury. And so for those people also at the holidays, it can bring up like issues.
Oh yeah.
And that
and
can
also,
be
like
really
the whole
upsetting.
like I don't want to be a burden.
Yeah.
You tend to like isolate when you feel that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you can, you can get that feeling of I don't want to be a bother and I'm not fun to be around and I don't want people to take
or
my
people
pain.
don't understand me,
Yeah.
and you feel like it can bring up so much. But like I the guides keep telling me talk about Katie's pain because this is like a shining example, and we both witnessed it of somebody who put together like all the things in the way that mattered that restored her. It took time, but we were able to restore her body and have her walk again. And she combined the integrative nutrition with the spiritual aspect, with the energetic overlays, with the harmonics. She did nodal point therapy, which is harmonics. So that's energy harmonics, and based on the physics concept of patterns and harmonics as applied to the human biofield. That's what I do. And
just that.
But then she had the helpers, the big giant.
Right. And then she was doing dream work.
Yeah.
So she went and was using Dr. Marizaldi's, some of his techniques.
Yeah.
Dr. Marizaldi is a world-renowned MD, and one of his areas besides consciousness and a million other things in homeopathy is like he works with people with utilizing lucid dreaming and dream yoga. He's and like he had come here as a special guest a few times. And Katie went, I mean, she already does such great dream work anyway, but then you were using that after a breathwork session too, right?
So during a breathwork session, I had like a major like experience.
Wait, share about it. You can share about it. So, I'm like, you do it. I'm over talking.
She gave permission.
So
Are you
I'm fine.
This is amazing.
So it's interesting because it was right before, it was the night before my birthday. So
I thought it was a year and a half ago.
It was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was doing this breathwork session, and that's probably fuzz.
It is fuzz.
Like, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
She's grooming me as I'm talking.
That's what we gorillas do.
That's what we do. Yes. And this was the first time. I mean, and I think that I was like, I was still having that pain issue during this time.
Yeah.
I was, because I was laying on the couch in here because I couldn't.
I
couldn't lay on the floor.
Oh my God! Yes.
So during this session, I had like a complete out of body experience. Complete out of body experience
during the breathwork session?
Session.
Okay. Oh wow.
Where, like Lou said,
it was time for you to come back, right?
Well, it wasn't even. I mean, yes and no, but I was out of my body, and I was like in, for lack of a better way to put it, like outer space, looking at the earth, and there were all these beings around, and it was just so much love. And what they said was, if you only knew, you have to tell them. And I'm like, tell who? But they're like, when you go back after the session, you have to tell them. They have no idea how much love they are supported by each and every day. And they were showing me how when a soul gets ready to come to earth, there's just like this huge, like I can feel like the emotion.
I know,
like,
I'm gonna cry right now.
About like, it's just such excitement, and it's this celebration of this soul that gets to come here.
Oh wow.
And gets to experience what it's like to be a human.
Wow.
And it's the reminder, like, hey, you're never by yourself. You're not by yourself. And it was like, I could feel the love in my whole like body. I guess it was my astral body, because my physical body was here. But it was overwhelming, and they're just like, remind people that they're not alone. Remind people that they are celebrated every single day.
Wow.
And like a crier, when that breathwork session was over, and you must have looked at me and you're like, do you want to share? Because I probably looked stunned during it.
Well, I was up there with you because I was raking.
Yeah.
I was leading. We had our breath worker, and then I was going around working on people energetically, and I saw where she was.
Yeah, and it was like
some what had
white
happened.
gold. It was like white. It was like a supernova.
It was. That's the only way I can describe it. It was absolutely a supernova.
And I went to open my mouth, and I literally burst into tears, and I couldn't talk.
You know what it was?
I couldn't talk for like 15 minutes.
It was your stardust. Because we are stardust.
Yeah,
That's actually a fact.
I know.
Yeah, we actually are stardust. It was your stardust, and they were
like reminding me.
Yeah, and they were putting it all into the molecules of your stardust, like every atom. And then it was like vibrating that, which would begin your healing process.
It did. It did.
That was like the nodal point session. They had come in, and listen,
they are the helpers.
As a clinician, do you know how hard it was for me to be like, to sit there and tell her, oh, by the way, they are saying these beautiful golden beings and angels were like, tell her we're going to restructure her nervous system and we're working on it now. And they knew it was going to take time and that she will get to a point where she has no pain. You think like, oh, wow, you can tell somebody that. But let me tell you as a clinician, oh, no. That felt like I knew what her spine looked like. And I thought, I don't want to give somebody this false hope. And like, it felt very impossible and very scary for me to get out of the mindset of the clinician, the limited clinician,
with the limiting
beliefs, and go into this. And I said, the way I was able to say it to Katie was, hey, listen, this is what they're saying. We don't have to attach to it, but we can open to that. This could be true. And we don't need to figure out how it's going to be true in all the ways. We're going to follow this guidance. We're going to let's hold it right now. It feels impossible. And let's open to the possibilities. And we felt good in that.
Right. And then it got so much worse.
And then, wait. You had it was like a week.
It was like a week. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like
there's
no pain. There's like relief. Oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
And then
we spun into
awful.
It was like, oh no. And we could have again been awful. Like, great, now it's not working. I was wrong. But we didn't. We had to be on board for the process.
And I think that's part of the message here. Like, this is none of this work, whether it's like the work that you're doing, the inner work, whether it's, moving through patterns and relationships and different things in your life. It's not easy, and it's not going to you're not going to wake up one day and suddenly be like, fantastic. Yeah. You may have moments of that, but if you can look at the situations that you're experiencing in your life right now and say, like, this is what's shaping me. Okay. Like, how is this shaping me for what I'm here to do?
Yeah.
And for me, chronic pain, it's a bitch. And anybody that has it knows this. Yep. And you don't understand it if you've never, you don't fully understand it. We both lived through this.
And I'm a witness. I'm witness to
our bodies being broken and
and
that restructure.
The amount of I'm sometimes like, how are you even alive experiencing that kind of physical pain? Like, I'm surprised you don't, whoever it is, like, you're not expired from your system being in so much pain all the time.
And the human body is also amazing because what happens is it allows you to disconnect from it once you're through it. It's still there and it's still part of keep having babies.
But how about when you went to the doctors and they had to do all the scans again?
Oh yeah.
And by this point she was doing great. Like
I wasn't doing great then.
Well, no, not that night. But then again on the next time when you were doing great. Yeah. And the time when you were like gotten stronger, you did all
I knew that something had shifted and I kept saying something changed. This is why I'm in this much pain. Something changed.
The beings hadn't come yet.
And they had, but it was this because they came, it was good. And then it got really, really bad.
Yes.
And really when I went to get the MRIs done and the scans, I was still in that really, really bad. Because remember, I kept saying, I know that this is not the same pain. Yeah. It's different. And no one would listen to me. And then that MRI came back.
Oh. And it was everything we saw.
And it was everything that we had seen.
What was the difference?
So basically from my L3 all the way down to my S1, which is like the lumbar discs are like pancaked. Oh. And the discs are,
They've lost their jelly, right?
Yeah. And there's like pieces of them. Am I describing it right? There's like pieces of them that are sticking out. And what that does is it crushes the nerves.
Yes. Oh.
And when I say it crushes the nerves, I mean, yeah. And if you were to look at my MRIs, I've had doctors say, we don't know how you're walking right now.
Yep.
Like I shouldn't be able to with the level of complete disaster that my spine looks like.
Will you tell when, I think it was in a dream.
Yes.
Will you tell that?
Yeah. So I had a dream right after whatever the full solar eclipse was.
Oh,
I was with Donna up in Massachusetts.
Yes.
And I set an intention for that eclipse and I said, I am done with anything that no longer serves my highest good in this lifetime. I really fully mean it all that day. And again, that's something you have like with self-awareness, where it's like, yeah, I've been saying this for years. Why is it not happening? There was a part of me that was, and that day I was like, okay. And I drove home from Massachusetts, and that next night I had a dream, which it was these, I mean, for lack of a better way to say it, they were like these big golden people.
Same ones that were here.
Yeah.
So big that we just can't even, it was like
Yeah.
hard to fathom there.
And here's the fun part. If you're having experiences like this and it feels too much, you can actually ask them to like come more into your comfort zone, and they will.
Okay.
Because they don't know people. They don't know like what humans do. They're fascinated. As much as we're fascinated by them, they're also fascinated by us because they're learning as well.
Yeah.
But in the dream, it was, here, give me your hand. So they did this, and this golden light came out and wrapped around my whole arm all the way up to my shoulder, and I felt it.
Wow.
And then when I woke up that next day, I was like, oh my God, I don't have, do I not have pain? Because it's been so many years.
Yeah.
You know, it's been since 2008 for me. So it's like years and years and years. My body doesn't know what it feels like to not have pain.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's manageable now. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm completely without pain.
No, you have.
But it's not like debilitating. It's not like
You're moving,
sucking my soul out of my body. Yeah.
And also, like, for viewers who don't know this, so when it comes to not acute pain but chronic pain, so your chronic pain for your neural pathways, they share similar and the same pathways as your social pain, so your social emotional pain, which is why at the holidays people's pain can get jacked up if you suffer from chronic pain, because if there's an activation emotionally or charges around family members and so forth, that can actually jack up that chronic pain and make it worse before, during, or after, right?
Yeah.
So different techniques that you can use, from mindfulness-based stress reduction to NET fast. You know, if anybody ever wants me to share some of those, I absolutely can. They're very quick and effective ways to assist with that. But then in addition to that, what happens is we're eating shittier at the holidays, or a lot of people are, and our microbiomes are getting upset, and that puts out inflammation and takes down our immune system. So now you're battling.
A lot of people are getting sick right now.
That's really why. It's not that people get more sick in the winter. It's that we have less exposure to the sun. We're around more stressful things around the holiday. Yeah. We're eating higher sugar foods, which then are making our bodies work harder, and they get into these cycles. So you can have a say in how your holiday goes with how do we want to downregulate the stress in our lives, food, people, right? People, places, and things. Yeah. And I was thinking about too, not to jump around, but with that being that social pain aspect, is one thing I think is helpful to, like, can you give yourself permission in a space if you really think like, I have to go, I want to go to this family member, but I don't actually want to be there. Yeah. What does it feel like to give yourself permission to not explain anything to them, be appropriate while you're there, but shorten your time space? Yes. That you're around them. Like, oh, I have to go, or I have this thing going on, or, you know, where it doesn't require nastiness, but it allows you to limit the exposure. Yeah. You can even set like a little alarm in your own phone and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I have I have an appointment, or you don't even, you can just sorry. You don't even have to say I'm sorry. You just leave. Yeah. Like even, but it's not called an Irish goodbye. That's called an Irish goodbye. Yeah. Just do the Irish goodbye. Don't do the Jewish goodbye, because the Jewish goodbye goes on for an hour. It takes like 9 hours. Yeah. Don't do Jewish or Italian. Do the Irish like you just are suddenly gone. But I'm good
Jewish,
at that.
Italian, Irish.
I am very good at the Irish goodbye. I'm like, peace. I'm going to say goodbye. I just sneak out.
I was like, where did Natalie go? Yeah. Oh, she left.
Yeah. And also, we're at her house. I know. But also, can you allow people, can you remember that what other people think of you is none of your business? Yes. And also, like, the only thing that you need to be concerned of is what you think of yourself and your actions, and can you get in alignment with that and give people space to like you, not like you, approve, disapprove, whatever. Like, And because that in and of itself helps if you are having chronic pain, in case you're a chronic pain sufferer, even now getting in that mindset will help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, and maybe your pain is that you lost somebody.
Yes.
And it's the holidays and you're really missing them.
Yes.
And, you know, there's been a lot of people that went off the planet during COVID, and a lot of people that have been just a good number of reasons, from anything from earth stuff to disasters to cancers. And like, I mean, gosh, like there's just a lot of people going off the planet right now.
Yeah.
And like, or that have exited the past several years, all the wars going on, different things, right?
Yeah.
So like, this might bring up that level of pain. Like maybe you don't have chronic pain, but maybe you have the chronic pain of I'm in the grief process, and my grief's non-linear. And by the way, if you're somebody that person's been gone for 20 years, they just told me to say this. It doesn't 30 years.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, why are they still upset?
Yeah.
No.
Screw them.
Yeah.
Screw them. Okay. Like your grief is non-linear.
Yes.
And if you are missing that person more, remember this. One, love doesn't need a body to live, and it knows no time or space.
Yes.
So sometimes when the body's not here to hold that love so you can touch them, so you can hear them, and you're not a medium like us, but guess what? Even being a medium, like, okay, I can actually see my loved ones that have passed on. It's very comforting. But you know, hearing my dad's voice still or giving him a hug, like nothing, like I think this is why I've come to, besides like me dying, I've come to really treasure the divinity of being a human.
Wow.
Because
which is why it's so celebrated when we come here.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm rich in this touch, and you were talking about
like I get to smell you.
Love.
I get to go like this,
yeah,
and smell you, and like
one time Natalie tried to smell my breath, and it was gross, and I said no, you can't.
I did try to smell you. I wanted to be like in your body.
So
and our Venuses both are in Aquarius and like sit on top of each other, and Aquarius is a little strange, but my love comes out a little more strangely than Courtney's so far. But I'm older than she is
so far,
so it might hers might come out strangely too. No, it's really true. Like knowing, I love hearing that the delight and joy of being in a human body, and also getting to like what for me comes up is the fact that I get to snuggle my 10-year-old, like, and have him hug me, and it's like that is not possible in spirit form. It's so, and now because of hearing you both emphasize that, like, oh, it's so great. Like even when Brenda died, my sister Brenda died like 4 years and 3 months ago. 4 years like and 2 months ago, and she, like, hearing you both say just like you not getting to hug her is really it really sucks. Like it really sucks.
Because we didn't know we didn't know Brenda when she was in her body. So
and, like, and so Courtney and Katie can communicate with her, but they are not necessarily able to, like, she you know, the feeling that we can get of the smell and taste and feel, and the like. And also even being able to do these physical yoga shapes, if you want to do that, or go running, like you can't do that.
These guys
lift weights. You can't do that. And that's like you're so rich, much fun.
Like that's just what I mean. Like we're all rich in something. So like you can choose to do a negative mindset, or you can choose to do a rigid, like, oh, well, who cares about that? Well, I do. Have you ever not? Katie does. She knows what it's like to not be able to move. I know what it's like to be not able to move. You know, after that car accident when I broke my neck, like, and other ways, like I remember this. Like I remember when, like,
were you paralyzed?
No, I amazingly somehow was not paralyzed, but everything was just broken. So like, and then I was somehow moving, and I don't know how that happened, but I think that was the drugs at the time.
Do you remember when your body was broken, but you still were moving? Like, did you?
Well, I mean, I was on life support for almost a month, so like there was that. So not really was I moving.
Do you remember when we were in LA and we were walking around, and I kept saying, like, I would stop and be like, Courtney, do you remember when I couldn't walk?
Yeah.
And it was so nice to have, like, you there to witness that too.
Yes.
because you were there when I couldn't. And I was like,
Yeah.
God, like a year and a half ago, I wouldn't have been able to come down on the beach, and I wouldn't have been able to walk to
Oh my
dinner, and I wouldn't have been able to do all of these things that I can do.
Whoa.
You know, so
Yeah.
it does, it gives you perspective.
Mhm.
And I think if we can, again, pain, there's so many forms of pain. There's so many different kinds of pain, and not all of it's a physical pain, you
Fiona,
know,
right.
and it's like,
Mhm.
it's, can you create enough space around it to remember that everything is always moving. Everything's always in
Yes.
motion. It's not, this moment is
cells,
not going to last forever,
planets.
you know. And for me, my pain is actually what allows me to now do what I do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because if I hadn't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
had
yeah.
the experience of this injury,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here doing this with like my
Yeah.
two favorite people on the planet right
Yeah.
now. I wouldn't, you
We
know,
might not
and
have met.
we might not have met.
We
you know,
definitely
and-
wouldn't have met.
Mhm.
We definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't have met if it wasn't. I mean, like, because we wouldn't be at where we're at.
Yeah. So in a vibrational sense, you know, if I would have decided to not, you know, start learning about angels and realizing like, oh, I can hear them, and oh, I can also connect to people who are past, and
Yeah.
I'm never going to do this for other people, but it's nice to know this. And now here I sit doing
And
it
if
for
you-
everybody.
And if you would have put yourself in the box at the time
Yes.
when you were a little less intuitive, that you could be this precision-based medium today, like, and then
Yeah.
like, and you just wrote yourself off. No, you just were not exercised in that
Right.
area of the brain or your spirit, and we needed to get that back on board. Or
and
like,
I'm super stubborn, so you know, it needed the pain needed.
I feel like in some ways, like, okay, I did not like going through. We talked about last week the brain injury, and I
forgot that you had a
but you know, can I
injury.
tell you something? In some ways, first of all, I'm so grateful that I recovered, and secondly, I feel like what I feel grateful for about that is I think they turned off my brain everywhere it needed to be turned off,
Yeah.
and woke up the areas from.
So too.
Like when I think
Was
about
that 7 years ago?
it was 2017.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's when I did my yoga teacher
8
training.
years
I
ago.
went off all
Oh.
my pain meds in 2017.
whoa.
It was a
Yep.
really, like, I think to myself, gosh,
Like they rearranged your brain.
yes, and I'm certain of it. And it's also when I feel like I
Mhm.
came back with all the codes
Yeah.
for the harmonics.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
think they did that to me too. I just
Yeah.
had that realization because I was on like a whole plethora of pain medication
Yes.
that I was like, I woke up one day, I was like, okay, I'm done.
yeah,
With
Don't do that.
anyone ever
Not
do
medical
this.
advice.
No. I'm
I
not
did
a
that
doctor.
in a rehab.
And
Like you
I
don't go off these meds cold turkey.
I did it, and
Unless you're Katie.
here
Unless
I
you're
sit.
Katie.
But I think that they turned off parts of
yeah,
my brain
that's possible.
Yeah.
So that you could
so that I could
do
do it.
that.
And like, I feel like it like opened up neural pathways
Wow.
that I didn't have before, because
Yeah,
okay, so like it's like that whole concept that your pain becomes your power. Well, guess what? It's true.
it is true.
But you have to
It's
be able
annoying
to
as
work.
shit,
It's
but
annoying as shit.
It's
But
true.
you got to be able to. If you don't have
Make
that
friends
hope,
with it.
we'll hold the hope for you right now.
Yeah.
And maybe we can set
Yeah.
as an example to be like,
Yeah.
hey, it's possible, but you got to get out of the old regimes
Yeah.
Mhm.
of treating it and how you're going about it. Like
Mm.
it's or like at least bridge. At
I
least
always say-
bridge it.
I always say yoga really, I mean, I say like I love yoga and F yoga at the same time, because
Mm.
when you start to learn yoga and lean into like that process and that practice,
Mhm.
what happens is it reconnects you to your body.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In a way, you're like, in a way that can be really uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you know, but even if it's just the breathing part of yoga,
Mhm.
even if you're not doing like the poses, the postures for yoga, everybody can breathe. Everybody can sit in
Yes.
a chair. Everybody can sit in a chair and press your feet on the floor and
Mhm.
imagine little tendrils of light coming out of your fingers
Mm.
and anchoring in.
Mm.
Everybody can do that.
Mhm.
Because
and-
when we go out, sometimes when people are in that amount of emotional or physical pain, what will happen is you want to go out, you want to be anywhere
Yep,
but your body. And that can actually perpetuate the next avoid context of like, oh my gosh, I don't have what I need. Oh my God, I it's so much, it's so much. And so it's almost like the opposite. It's so nonlinear, but it's almost the opposite. You actually have to get more in your body. And how do we get more in our body besides our nutrition? Guys, if you have trauma and unresolved trauma or unresolved stress, which all of us have unresolved stress, not all of us have unresolved trauma. People need to learn how to distinguish the difference, FYI. But they both have heavy impacts on the way that we sit in our body and our body interacts in those neural pathways. And it's like, okay, so then maybe we're going to have to go do some NET. Maybe we're going to have to go do some nodal point. Maybe we're going to have to do breath work, hypnosis, yoga, Reiki, right? Like, combine those. There's so many things available to us today that has never been available to us before. And even in an updated way. So that we can have that assistance. And there are expensive ways and there's cheap ways. So don't give me the money excuse. Because if I could climb from being homeless and get where I'm at, don't give me that excuse. It's why I don't give my clients and my patients excuses. Like, it's because I will love you through that. And if you want to go back down into the victim and scarcity and you don't want to keep, sometimes it's got to be the reframe of the cognitive behavioral therapy, that reframe of our thinking and our thought and our words, because you could be reprogramming yourself with your words. You're reprogramming your literal crystal water, your crystalline structures, and these things that we're speaking to ourselves and saying to ourselves over and over again are perpetuating.
And because their frequency, words have vibration. The words you choose from sound, and the words that you choose to use are so powerful.
Oh, sound therapy.
Sound therapy is another.
I'm getting more and quicker. I'm able to know when my mind starts, because one of my old patterns is my mind to go into catastrophic thinking, and I'm going to be ending up without a home. And when that happens now, I'm like, oh, there it goes. And then I catch it. It's like I do this to myself. Oh, we don't have to go that low. Hold on. Remember, Natalie, I am abundant. I am infinitely abundant. I am, money loves me. Turning it into that, saying all that out loud instead of allowing the space that the acreage that old way of thinking used to take up in my system. And that would affect my whole being. Like I felt like I was in an emergency when I'd allow that. Sometimes I couldn't control it. Sometimes I couldn't control it, but now I'm like, oh, I actually have a choice. I don't have to go down that path with that thought pattern. I can give it one breath, and then I'm
the breath. It's like you can literally change it because it's your parasympathetic and your sympathetic, and what changes and can bring you into reaction versus response is that breath. And so a little technique is this is called the parasympathetic breath for anybody that might need it this season. So you take it in through your nose, hold it at the top, count to 4, and then out your mouth, breathe it out longer out than in. So really empty, almost forced breath out at the end, and then take it right back up, hold, and then longer out than in. And that will give you just the space that you need. It doesn't mean you're not going to have a feeling. You're not giving yourself a lobotomy. What you're giving yourself is the opportunity to move your body into response versus reaction. So you don't have to have an inhibition response with the stress. And then you can say, oh, I can make space that I'm really feeling scared right now. And my mind is creating these big stories. So you don't have to suppress it. Don't do that. That'll make it matters worse. You allow it to be there and go like, oh gosh, I'm going to offer you the breath. Like I can see I'm really feeling like this huge emotion or like imagery in my head. And you don't have to rush out. I can love you. And now I'm opening to reframe. And then you reframe. So this isn't about suppression. It's about opening the space for both in the reframe. Like what we did with Katie when she was on the table. Like, wow, that feels like a really impossible thing that could be true given the fact that spines don't grow back.
Is it like allowing there to be space for a new synapse to make a connection?
Yes.
Okay.
because you can
that just
actually
came into my
grow
mind.
Yes.
Okay.
new. You're having a psychic vision of something that's true.
Yeah.
So we actually grow them like branches,
Mm.
and the more that you tend to it, that's why if
That
you
can
keep,
actually,
yeah,
like, there's not a that we can always, our brains can always do that. Like, it doesn't
they're
ever end.
miraculous.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
like
the brain's capacity to create new pathways, and the body, the gut, because don't forget you have as many neurons in your gut as you do
Mm.
your brain. So,
Mhm.
so like using that, that's why again, when we feed ourselves
Yes.
whole food that love our microbiome, this works out for us. Or did they turn us off?
I think let me see. Hold on. Live will end in the are we?
Anyway, so
Okay.
that's probably
Okay.
why.
Okay.
All
Huh.
right. See,
All
this
right.
is what happens. We like
Yeah.
we
Wow,
get we
yeah.
start talking, and it's all the
I know we don't have. We were gonna go into a bigger topic.
What
Yeah,
was,
but
oh
this
yeah, we
is-
never
this
made
was-
it. All right,
yeah.
well, next time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it let us back on. I think
Okay.
it just
Oh.
wanted to
give us
make
a
sure
heads
that
up.
we were human.
So yeah, I mean we'll be back next
Next
week.
week, yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you guys do next
Yeah.
week between
Yeah.
Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, so
Yeah.
good,
Definitely.
you guys.
yeah.
If there's anything you want us to talk about, please let us know.
Yeah.
We know this is our third episode, and we know it's getting out there more and more. And
Yeah.
this is so special for us. We are loving it so much, and
Yeah, and if you can go share like
Oh, yeah.
YouTube too, or and like share with people so that more
Yeah.
people can have access or watch later, we would really love it.
I'm sorry, under my Courtney's and Katie's Instagram
Instagrams.
handles, so that you guys could please go follow them on Instagram, on TikTok. If you can go over to Instagram and follow Katie and Courtney, so we can go live on Instagram.
I'm technically on TikTok, you guys, but like I feel like I barely ever do I go on TikTok.
Yeah.
But you could still
Same.
follow me on TikTok if you want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I'm on there too.
So yeah, and Katie too.
Yeah. Well, this
Well,
was amazing.
This was
though.
so
Like,
good.
thank you everybody who tuned in.
Yeah,
and
thank you
everyone
so
that watched us
much.
later.
Yeah.
Just know that as the holidays are here, that we're holding space for all of you who are,
Love you,
who
Fiona.
are
Love you, Sophia.
yeah, we
here
love
with
you.
us.
Yeah.
And everything's always in motion.
Yes, it's
so
good.
hang in there. Try and have fun, enjoy things, enjoy life, enjoy being with people.
Allow
that you
yourself
love.
to get out of your own way and actually thrive.
Mhm.
Allow
Yeah.
yourself to break rules. I'm breaking all the rules of this
I
season.
know you are.
I know,
I've
like
set 3 different boundaries already in
Rules,
the past, like, 2
schmules.
weeks.
yeah,
Yeah,
this is gonna
like-
be
Yeah,
the first
it's-
year of my life where I don't give a million presents to
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
to everybody. I have 3 people.
That's great.
That was it.
Yeah.
This is really profound. We decided to spend quality time as a family.
Yes.
He's hosting for us.
Oh,
He's having
good.
his very, very first
It's awesome. I love
Christmas at his house as an adult. I mean, he's an
Mm.
adult. He's gonna be 30. But like
Mm.
this is like I feel like this is like officiation. You have hosted a holiday. in
Yes.
your home. And we're just
Yeah.
so excited. Like
Take time for you.
take time.
Take time for you. Do the things that you need to do for you. And we will see you guys next week.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
see you next
We
week.
love you.
We love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oops.
Should I go around?
Oh.
I love you, Sophia.